What up, Super Fun Force, Captain, Gamester. And today we're going to talk about looking back in retrospect tech on Beyblade Dynamite Burst, BU, and primarily focusing on Astral Spriggan and Burst Spriggan. Two very powerful combos, along with a hidden surprise that I'm not sure if Takara Tomy intended to do this because they didn't really share it. So I'm wondering if this was a surprise, kind of like how when they hid thank you in the barricade layer, although that one was quickly discovered, or I'm not sure. Again, I think they revealed it in their I think they revealed it on their official channel. But this one, I don't think they did. As far as I remember, I watched the video once when they unveiled the Spriggans, so I don't think they showed it when they did the Burst Spriggan. But before I get there, just watch the whole video. It'll drop in there. But in the meantime, I'll just talk about playing with this both competitively and casually. So, you know, Burst Spriggan came out towards the very end of the Burst line, and I think at this point, the problem with the players and the community was they felt like, you know, stamina was too powerful, and they also weren't, you know, a lot of people were not playing the game it was meant to be played, the way it was meant to be played, which was, like I say all the time, on the DB133 standard bay stadium. A lot of people still play these bays on the older B33, and it's funny because I can go back and I can show at least two, if not three, quote unquote, like, you know, YouTubers or Baytubers with like lots of followers that, you know, towards the middle and towards the end of the GT release, especially with Sparking, these YouTubers were the same ones who were asking, you know, oh, Takara told me you need to make the B33 stadium bigger, and you know that's what they gave us. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, you know, we're just going to play on the B33 because they felt like the DB stadium was somehow anti-attack, and obviously that's not the case. It's just, again, watch some of my other videos where the DB standard base stadium is balanced to allow attack types more room to fly around the stadium at faster speeds, make stronger attacks, but with a little bit of a deeper dish and slightly higher tornado wall, it gives stamina and defense bays a chance to, you know, survive one hit, and you know, usually one hit, and also at the same time, the bays are meant to go to the center and clash, which is good because that means, you know, stamina bays will definitely grind each other out, you know, against defense. And you can also build attack type bays to be attack balance type bays to go in and attack from the stationary position in the middle. I wouldn't want to say stationary, but to basically not move around as much and just go straight for the middle, and also to go for a draw, which is great. Again, if you also play, you know, by the what I call WBBA plus rules, where we play by points, where when bays get a draw, you move on. You don't keep playing over and over and over again. You just give one person or each person 1 point, and then you move on to another battle. So, you know, that being said, I think there's better ways to enjoy the series. And jumping back from that tangent, that's basically the perspective I'll be, you know, analyzing and talking about these bays from. So in that regard, I want to say that Burst Spriggan is super powerful and was being used a lot. Definitely more of an attack balance type bay because this guy is, as you can see, larger, heavier, thicker, has really prominent rubber points here. Not as much as Ultimate Valkyrie, but basically allows it to still make strong attacks. And you still have metal on the underside now, interestingly enough. And because you have metal on the underside of the rubber parts, it definitely, again, is going to put more inertia and strength into these rubber points, because in the Astral, the rubber points were a little bit smaller and they were on the opposite blade points, or should I say energy layer points, right? So basically, as you can, I'll show you in a minute, where Astral had rubber, and then basically, let's go like this. It's not gonna stay? You're not gonna stay? How dare you? Oh, there we go. So it would have like rubber, and then metal, and then like metal, right? Whereas this one now is both rubber and metal at the same part of the energy layer, which is fine. So what that means is you can basically, you know, I've been trying this with several different drivers. You know, I think there's at least 3 or 4 that work really good, and it depends on where you want to go with it. Where again, you can go for more of an attack type, give it a little bit more mobility, try to smash out the other bay, or you can balance it to the point where it can put in a good few attacks, go towards the center, and then go for either a draw or a stamina spin finish, because as we all know, that's one of the best parts about using something like Spriggan, which has dual spin capabilities, right? So right now it's on right spin mode, but if I flip around the layer and I rotate the inside of the core, I can then use it as a left spinner. So that being said, what you're looking at right now is the core combo that I like with this, because for number one, the colors of Spriggan to me have always been a little bit boring. You know, like they always have this like kind of dark, kind of muted bronzy tannish gold, and then it has like the same type of like muted kind of brownish red. And the colors are, again, more subdued, which I guess is fine, right? It's more in line with Shu's theme from the anime. But for me, I like more color. So being able to swap in the Astral Spriggan core here adds this much needed, in my opinion, pop of this beautiful turquoise blue. As you can see, looks gorgeous. So again, another one of the bonuses and fun parts of playing on DB and Burst is that you can see when it's spinning, you can enjoy, like, you know, the colors that it makes, right? At least you can see something there, and it looks, you know, pleasing to the eye, and it can be relaxing as well, especially when you're watching Stamina's battle. You can just actually learn to sit back and relax. You know, too much people are like instant gratification and like, oh, pow, 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 and like they just want like sense, you know, like sense overload, I guess you could say, sensory overload. So for me, it's fine to just let it, you know, spin, just watch it. You get some white, that's nice. You get that white ivory on the edges, and it's a nice bay to enjoy now, seeing that ring of blue. And, you know, the gold pop here is nice, and you also have the blue in the eyes. And what I also like about this core is the, you know, both cores are strong. So the Burst Spriggan core has, I guess you could say, less but thicker gear cogs. I think it only has like 2 or 3, but they're like blocky. This one has maybe, I think, 4, 5, 6 of the gear cogs, but they're a little bit smaller. But I think that gives it a bit more HP, if you will, more clicks. Because even though they might click easier, this thing strikes pretty hard. So you want to be able to hopefully get uses of those, you know, those clicks. And, you know, I guess you might say, oh, well, what if it gets, you know, hit, or it hits in such a strong fashion that maybe it skips 1 or 2 clicks. That hasn't been the case, right? But with the Burst Spriggan, if you know, once you get past that first blocky click and that gear cog, you know, you only have maybe 1 or 2 more. So it's definitely, and with this, if you're going to be, again, using it to attack very strong in the beginning, that means you only maybe have 2 or 3 hits, and sometimes, you know, you might be bursting or being close to that. So we'll see how that develops. But again, I've been using this more as an attack balance, and I've never had this have any problems bursting with this core. So I've been using it, and like I said, it's super solid, and it's my favorite energy layer and core combo for this burst layer. So here we're going to go now into the Astral Spriggan. I actually like Astral Spriggan better, because Astral Spriggan is more elegant, and it's more about, again, stamina, defense. This one, again, is a little bit more like, I feel like this is brute force that just has a really strong stamina and final spin capability, which I think is still great. Don't get me wrong, I really like this, but I just like Astral Spriggan a little bit more. And also, here's the Easter egg, guys. Dun, 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 dun. So what I figured out was when I swapped the core, bam, you get the golden S on the original Astral Spriggan layer. Look how magnificent that looks right here, S. It is just super gorgeous, and it's perfect because, as you can see here with the stickers, you get to add 2 S's there, like I said, with the rubber layer, and then you know, underneath that is the metal. This one is nicer too because it just has more gold, so it looks more flashy. But as you can see, I've been doing a lot of battling with this, so the gold scrapes off on the sides, you know, just part of the natural wear and tear of the Beyblade Burst series. No worries, I have like, you know, 2 or 3 of these. But again, this just looks awesome. And as you can see here, we have the Spriggan chip, or the core, you know, facing to the right. But obviously, no matter which way you turn it, upside down or not, it's still gonna form that golden S. So yeah, this is just super style points, just super Spriggan, you know, in your face. It's like having like a logo branded like Nike, just boom, you know, like super cool. And again, this is my favorite of the Spriggans. And when I figured out this combo, I was like, wow, even better. So there you guys go. I'm pretty sure I'm the first person and maybe the only person to notice this. Again, I've known about this for a couple of months now, but I just kept forgetting about making a video. But today, you know, the past couple of days, I've been going through my DB collection again and battling. And then as you saw in my video last month, I set up wall displays from my Dynamite Battle Bays for my perfect collection. So again, just thought I would share this with you guys here. And this is obviously my competitive one. I'm battling with this one a lot. Both of these I am. And I like using them in this configuration from layer to core. But if you see anyone else, I mean, again, I've checked all over forums everywhere. I've checked other YouTube channels. I've never seen anyone, you know, cover this. So if you see something that's dated, you know, before this video, send me the link and I'd like to check it out. Maybe they have something else to share about this. Maybe it was, in fact, intended by Takara Tomy. I'm sure to some degree. I mean, it's just, look at that. The way the gold lines up, it's just so perfect. So perfect to get the S, the golden S right here. So really cool. It'd be nice to see in the future maybe other letters, you know, maybe some, you know, hiragana, katakana or something like that. That'd be super complicated. But anyways, really cool looking, guys. And let me know. Let me know if you guys are going to build this combo. I think you should definitely give it a try, 100%. All right, well, thanks so much for hanging out. Don't forget, keep your faith, say a prayer, spread that love, be positive, be thankful. Be calm back at you. Peace.